My daughter wants to see me. Take that, depression.
Today we're diving into the layers and layers of depression that shroud the big boss of hell himself, Lucifer Morningstar. On the surface, he's confident, aloof, prideful, as expected from the sin of pride, but underneath all that glitter and gold lies a story soaked in pain, regret, and centuries upon millennia of emotional weight and turmoil. Let's peel back the layers. Long before hell, long before the fall, Lucifer was a dreamer, a being of light, vision, and hope, who dared to dream of what creation could be. But the elders didn't share that vision. Instead of nurturing his dreams, they silenced him, shut him out of the creation of everything. A dreamer rejected by his elders, and so began the slow descent, not into hell, but into despair. The first recorded incident, Eden. Yes, what he did here was wrong, but I choose to look at the intent. It wasn't done with malicious intent. It was idealistic, naive even. Lucifer sought to share the knowledge of free will with humanity by giving the apple to Eve. But the fallout of this choice, catastrophic. Condemnation, banishment, and worst of all, dragging the love of his life, Lilith, down with him. Thus, hell became both a prison and a monument to his greatest failure. And while Lucifer sulks in the shadows, Lilith thrives in hell. It's a cruel irony where he is imprisoned in chains, she sees freedom and power. And that contrast only deepens his sorrow probably, but yet he still loves her. He lives in a kingdom he rules but doesn't truly live in. On a throne he sits on but doesn't want. He's lost heaven, his only real home. Worse still, heaven remembers him not as a tragic figure, but as a monster. Lucifer the traitor, Lucifer the villain, not the visionary, not the dreamer, not the man who meant well but fell hard. The warped legacy that hangs over him is like that of a noose. Then comes one of his deepest regrets, granting humanity free will. In his own words, they're violent psychopaths. He's jaded, scornful, and even disgusted. He sees the worst in them because, quite frankly, that's all he's ever been shown. And he warns his daughter, Charlie, not to believe in redemption or try, because he can't see any left for them. It's not disillusionment, it's bitterness born from 10,000 years of watching humanity make the wrong choices. But that's only because, like I said, he's never been allowed to see the good, only the bad. But the deepest fear Lucifer harbors, it's not for himself, it's for Charlie. He's accepted his fate. If heaven's blades come for him, so be it. But if they so much as look at his daughter, the fear in his eyes says it all. He may be the king of hell, but when it comes to Charlie, he's just a dad, terrified of losing the last good thing in his world. And then the final, most recent blow. After 10,000 years, he loses Lilith. Divorce. A single word that carries millennia of memories, regrets, pain, and maybe a bit of resentment. It leaves him hollow, withdrawn, and yet another scar to an already shattered soul. Let's not forget the unspoken weight. Everyone blames the devil for their own sins. That universal scapegoating, that cosmic punching bag effect can't help but deepen his internalized guilt. He's the eternal villain in everyone's story, but no one steps back to ask, what's his story? So here he is, a king who doesn't feel like one, a god weighed down by guilt, a man with a heart full of regrets. He's forsworn his duties, shuttered himself away, buried in sorrow, except for one light left in the darkness, Charlie, his daughter, his hope, his reason to get out of bed, the last piece of heaven in his personal hell. Lucifer Morningstar isn't just the sin of pride. He's the portrait of a man crushed under the weight of his dreams, denied, love lost, and the consequences of trying to do the right thing in all the wrong ways. But that's going to bring us to an end here. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown insightful, don't forget to like and let me know in the comments, what do you think Lucifer's greatest pain is? And don't forget, and this is important, don't go blaming the devil for not subscribing.